Okay, good morning, students, and today we will continue the chapter types of software. In previous lectures, we discussed software is a program that instructs the computer what to do. So this is inside the computer system. We can't touch or we can't see because this is in a soft copy. There are different type of softwares, system softwares, and application software. In the case of your system software, these are compulsory for the smooth running of your computer system. It means, for example, Windows 7 or operating system is not in your computer system. In that case, you can't use your computer system. They are required, they are essential. So in system software, we include operating system, then number 2, language translator, and utilities. And operating system, it is an interface between user and computer system. It means operating system get the work from user, and after that it implement that work with the help of hardware. So in between hardware device and computer system, there is operating system, and there are different type of operating systems are there for mobile. There is Android or iOS for your desktop or laptop. There is a Windows 7, Windows 10, or a Mac. So many operating systems are there. But in the case of language translator, they translate one language into another language, and we know that there are 3 types of languages: binary language, then assembly language, and third one is high level language. So in high level language, we include Java language, we include Python, C++, C language. So whenever we write the program in assembly language, there is an assembler that converts assembly language into binary language. But when we are making the program in high level language like Java, C++, or Python, we need interpreter or compiler for converting high level language into low level language. So there are 3 language translator. One is assembler, number 2 compiler, number 3 that is interpreter. So these are 3 type of language translator. And remember one thing, when we convert high level language into low level language, we need compiler or interpreter. Language to language, they are different. For example, the C++ use compiler, or in in the case of your Python language, we use interpreter. So remember one thing, it depends on the language to language. Java language use both interpreter and compiler, but there is a difference between compiler and interpreter. In compiler, whole program convert and we get the exe file. So take the example of Microsoft. So in case we want to use MS Word, WinWord is a exe file. Look at here, WinWord. So whenever we want to use notepad, notepad.exe file is there. So for running every program, there are exe files. These are the compiled file. It means Microsoft company or organization has given us the exe file, machine file. उन्होंने हमें जिस लैंग्वेज में कोडिंग लिखी हुई है वो कोडिंग हमें नहीं दी, उन्होंने हमें सिर्फ exe फाइल दे दी, मशीन फाइल दे दी. It means we can run that, but we can't modify that. But whenever we use some languages use interpreter. In interpreter, we have coding, we run the program, and line by line conversion is there. It means whenever we use the program, we will have to convert this into low level language. So now after that, there are utilities. I have already discussed utilities are very small programs, and these programs are for increasing the efficiency of user while using computer system. So there are different utilities. I have given example in the case of your Windows 7. We have a calculator is there, we have notepad is there, we have wordpad is there. So many utilities are there. These are called accessories, but commonly the common name is utilities. So there are some utilities given in your book. That is, first one is disk, folder, and file management. Softwares. If we open File Explorer, look at here, I am opening File Explorer. So look at here, it will show in one side there are different folders and the related files, subfolders, and files are, when I click on particular folder, it show its files, files and subfolders. So we can copy any folders and drag it in any other location. So easily we can control the files and its structure. तो हम easily हम यहाँ से फाइल को कट कर सकते हैं, delete कर सकते हैं, modify कर सकते हैं, change कर सकते हैं. So this is called which one? Disk, folder, or file management. So what is the meaning of disk? Disk means C drive, D drive, like this, or folder means any folder or file, the files created by a user. So we can control them with the help of this type of utility. Next is antivirus softwares. Present time, if we use Windows 7, there is a preloaded antivirus. So antivirus software, what antivirus software are doing? They are removing the virus. So what is virus? It is a user create programs that disturb the computer system, normal working of your computer system, and antivirus softwares find out these type of virus and remove them. So there are different antivirus softwares. We can use the inbuilt antivirus of your window, or there are Norton antivirus, there is a Quick Heal antivirus. So many antivirus are also available of third party. We can download it, we can install it, and we can apply antivirus softwares. And remember one thing, the if we are not updating the antivirus software, so its list will be old one and it will not find out new virus. So remember one thing, updating of antivirus software is always required. Third type of softwares or utilities are, these are called encryption and decryption softwares. Beta, encryption means converting your data into non-readable format, and decryption means it is a reverse of encryption. Whenever we are using any network or internet, we send the data from one side to another side. If your data is not encrypted, any person can hack it and get the benefit from that data. So encryption means converting that into non-readable format. The readable format is called ciphertext. It is called a ciphertext. Ciphertext is a text that is in a readable format. So, the normal text. When we convert that data into encrypted form, this is called ciphertext. Means after encryption, we will get a ciphertext. It means, and nobody can read that data. But decryption is the reverse of that one. It means converting your ciphertext into normal text, normal readable text. For example, suppose you type here school. After encryption, it is possible that you will get the data like this. So remember one thing, there is encryption schemes. By using that, encryption is, and by applying same scheme, we can decrypt the data. तो जिस, for example, S को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं हम T के साथ, नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर के साथ, तो आपके पास जो भी इंक्रिप्शन की स्कीम होगी उसी के साथ, इसे कहते हैं इंक्रिप्शन की, इसे कहते हैं की, और डिक्रिप्शन भी सेम कीज होती है. ओके, सो रिमेंबर स्टूडेंट्स, encryption and decryption means encryption means converting your data into non-readable format, and decryption is the reverse of that. So there are different softwares that provide us encryption and decryption. For example, there is LastPass, then BitLocker, there is VeraCrypt. So there are so many softwares are available. By using that, we can apply encryption and decryption. Next is, there are some more utilities which are not given in your book, but these are very important. For example, compression software. Okay, students, tell me one answer. If I want to send 100 files as an email, is it possible? Any student? Daria?
No, sir.
Yes, beta. Yes, you raised your hand, beta. Yes, beta, your query.
And by encrypting the data.
Your beta, repeat your question again. Your answer again.
By encrypting the data, this is possible.
Okay, students. Suppose we have a number of files. First of all, we know that कि suppose एक word की file है, इसमें एक number of spaces भी होंगी. So there is a one feature that is we can compress. So look at here, there are some utility that is called with the help of that we can compress the data. Compress the data. There are compression tools. So for example, if I am using suppose this is a new folder, I click on that. and then click on new folder RAR, WinRAR files. So there is a WinRAR folder application is there. तो मेरे पूरे के पूरे फोल्डर को किसमें कन्वर्ट कर दिया, जिप कर दिया. So look at here. It is taking too much time, so I'm using there is a one problem in my compression software. There are two benefits of compression software. One is, in case of multiple files, it will create a single copy, single file. Second one, the size of the file will be reduced. I want to show you. Wait. So beta, there is a one problem regarding there is a Microsoft account is required. So tomorrow I will in next period I will show you the working of this one. So compression softwares are used for reducing the size of the file, and moreover, in case of multiple files, it will create one single copy. This is called compression softwares. Any doubt in this? Jia, any doubt in this, bache?
No, sir.
Okay, beta. Next is okay, students. There is a if you want to control the memory of your computer system, you want to delete any partition, any disk, and create a new disk. So you can right click on the my computer. This is a utility. You click on manage, and here are different utilities for controlling your device. Okay, students. Next is application softwares. So now remember one thing, application softwares are doing a particular task. For example, if you want to create a document, so you need MS Word. So application softwares are not compulsory for execution of your computer system. These are compulsory for doing a particular task. If you have any doubt, raise your hands, beta. Unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Beta, any doubt?
Everything is clear.
If you have any doubt, put your question, beta. Okay, students. Now, application softwares, these are of different types. So there are some general purpose. These are general purpose. There are some application softwares are specific purpose. And there are some application softwares. These are, you can say these are customized softwares. So what is the meaning of general purpose? General purpose application softwares are those software which are not for a particular person. This is for a group of person. For example, MS Word. The Microsoft introduced that if it fulfill your requirement, you can use it. If it is not fulfilling your requirement, you can uninstall this. So there is no, it is not for a for a particular person. This is not for doing your it will not solve the problem of a particular person. It is for general purpose. It is for group of person. So if it fulfill your requirement, use it. Otherwise, ignore this. Daria, is it clear? General purpose application softwares.
Sir, can you please repeat?
Beta, general purpose application softwares are those softwares which are for group of person. ये Microsoft ने जैसे MS Word बना दिया. अगर MS Word आपकी requirement को complete कर रहा है, it's okay. If it is not, you can ignore this. आप उसको uninstall कर सकते हैं, आप उसको use नहीं कर सकते. तो general purpose application software किसी एक person के लिए नहीं बनता, ये group of persons के लिए बनता है. So this is for general purpose. So this is called general purpose application softwares. There it is clear. Any doubt in this?
Sir, connection loss हो गया, एक बार specific purpose वाला बताना.
हाँ बेटा मैं बता रहा हूँ. So general purpose application softwares are those software that is for a group of persons. This is for a large number of users. These are not customized according to the user requirement. So there are different general purpose softwares. Number one, word processor. So word processor are used for creating the documents. So in this we can create the document for document. In this we can type the text, and after that we can format the text, and we can get the printout. So these are for word processing. So example is WordStar, WordPerfect, WordStar, MS Word, OpenOffice.org, Writer. So these are word processors. Second type of general purpose application softwares are electronic spreadsheet. So in this we can create spreadsheet. What is spreadsheet? It is a collection of rows and columns in which we can make the calculations, simple and complex calculation. Example is MS, Excel. Then there is Lotus 123, OpenOffice.org, Calci. There are G-numeric. There is Google Doc. These are online software. So next is number 3 is, and this is called your presentation software. So by using that, we can give the presentation to the audience. So there are different presentation softwares are there. For example, MS, PowerPoint. There is OpenOffice.org, Impress. So by using that, we can give a presentation to the audience. So there, these are the, then there is some DBMS softwares. DBMS softwares are used for creating and modifying and deleting databases. These are used for controlling the databases. So there are different softwares. These are Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server. So there are different softwares used for DBMS purpose. So there are some softwares. So these are the different application softwares. So general purpose application softwares. Now in the case of specific purpose, these type of softwares are not for general purpose. These are for specific purpose. It means you will have to purchase it from the market, and you will have to give the vendor what type of requirement you need. For example, in you use accounting software. So in accounting software, there is one example is Tally software. So in Tally software, you can make your balance sheet, your accounts, but company name is there. It means these are for specific purpose. Next is reservation software. So these softwares are for making reservation, online reservation, this online reservation of tickets or online reservation of your railway booking. Next is there is inventory control. So it controls the stock, whatever you are you having the stock of material inside your godown. There is a daily entry of issue and receive. There is a billing software. Billing softwares are used for creating the bills. Whenever you go to the any shop for buying something, and you get the bill, online bill or computerized bill. So this is a billing software. There are some HR management software. In this we include attendance software, so in attendance software we can take the attendance of employees, for example with the help of biometrics machine. And there are some software for these are called for payroll. Payroll means here we calculate the salary. It means different benefits of a person, of an employee, like their HR, their basic salary. There is a leave encashment. So many type of activities we can do with the help of payroll softwares. And last one is customized software. These softwares are not available in the market, and we get it from IT companies. So IT companies specially make this software for us after getting the amount. So these are called customized softwares. So students, if you have any doubt, you can raise your hands